Hey guys, it is Christian here, and today I am live to go over my winner predictions for the BAFTA Awards, which are tomorrow. So yeah, before I answer this, please like, subscribe, and tell me what you think of this live stream. So the BAFTA winners will be announced tomorrow. I think they're going to be announced like during the day actually. But that night I'll be doing like a discussion as opposed to just doing my reactions to the winners. 'Cause I'm probably not going to be watching this ceremony live because I don't think I'm going to have access to it. So, everyone. But yeah, without further ado, I just say we get right into it. There's a lot of categories to talk about. Some are going to be very easy, and you can just breeze through them. Others are going to be not so easy, and I'll talk about them for a fair amount. Or maybe there will be some that I think are easy, but we can still like discuss like what the potential dark horses will be. Like this first one, best film. So the nominees are Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. Pretty easy, top five. I think this one's pretty easy, but this one we could still have a discussion. Let's put it that way. One Battle makes the most sense to win. It's been the clear frontrunner all season. Usually when there's like a clear sweeper, like an Oppenheimer or a 12 Years a Slave or a Nomadland, usually the BAFTAs don't do any funny business and they just go with what's expected. Sometimes, although a lot of the times they do like to do funny business, and they're wrong a lot in those cases, going with, Power of the Dog over Coda. Or Coda was a very late frontrunner. Power of the Dog was obvious at the time, but Power of the Dog winning, All Quiet winning, Enclave winning last year, other things. 1917, which is obviously home turf. Roma winning, The Revenant winning, La La Land. Like, they're wrong a lot. Will this be a year where they're wrong, or will they be right? And well, it just depends. I'd say the runner-up here is Hamnet. Hamnet is a British movie that won the Golden Globe Drama Award, although that's not nominated for editing. It missed the cinematography nomination. It missed the casting nomination. Mescal got in here, unlike at the Oscars, but I just kind of feel like Hamnet doesn't have what it takes to win over such a huge juggernaut like One Battle. Hamnet would maybe win like last year, where there wasn't a huge juggernaut. I mean, Nora seemed like it was obviously going to win the Oscar at the end of the day, but it wasn't a huge juggernaut like One Battle is, or like an Oppenheimer was, or something. Sentimental Value might win screenplay, but I don't think that's going to win. I think they went with Roma. That's like the only international film that I can think of that won here. Yeah, it's better just not to overthink it. I think One Battle will continue its sweep here. We'll see if next week. Hold on. It's not letting me highlight. I don't know why it's not letting me highlight things. By the way, I think One Battle is winning. Although I want to highlight it so that you guys know what I have winning. Okay, so we're having technical difficulties because one of the it's not letting me highlight what I think is going to win. Anyway, best film. I guess it's just like not worth overthinking. I think One Battle will win. It's been the sweeper so far, and I think it'll continue to sweep. We'll see if next weekend, when we have PGA and SAG, if One Battle will continue or if it'll be stopped by Sinners. I feel like it'll win PGA. I'm not sure about SAG. SAG's very 50-50. But I think the BAFTAs will do One Battle after another. Next, the nominees are 28 Years Later, The Ballad of Wallace Island, Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy, Die My Love, H is for Hawk, Hamnet, I Swear, Mr. Burton, Pillion, and Steve. It'll be Hamnet. Hamnet will win. Again, it's not letting me highlight things. But yeah, it's Hamnet. Pretty easily Hamnet. If there's a best film nominee in the bunch, it'll win. I don't know what's going on. It's not letting me highlight things. No competition there. I guess I'll just not be able to highlight things because it's not letting me. On my wife this week, that's why. I don't know why it's doing this. I like to have my winners highlighted so you guys can see. Okay. So best British film, Hamnet will win. It's easy. It's the only best film nominee in the lineup, so it will be Hamnet. No competition. I swear, and Wallace Island and stuff made the long list for best film. They weren't nominated. Hamnet will win. Let's move on. Outstanding debut by a British writer, director, or producer. The nominees are Ceremony, My Father's Shadow, Pelion, A Want in Her, and Wasteman. Pelion will win. I think that's pretty obvious. Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. Don't really have much else to say. I think it's the most nominated out of all of them, so it'll just be that one. Pelion. Children's family film, sure, we'll do that. The nominees are Arco, Boom, Lilo and Stitch, and Zootopia 2. I guess it'll just be Zootopia 2. I mean, that's nominated for animated, so there's that. None of these other ones. Well, Lilo and Stitch isn't animated. It's live action. But none of these other ones are nominated for the animated category, so Zootopia 2 just makes the most sense. Film not in the English language. The nominees are It Was Just an Accident, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Surat, and The Voice of Hinge Job, same as the Oscar 5. Sentimental Value will win the BAFTA. Secret Agent has that screenplay nomination, but Sentimental Value has 3 acting nominations: director, screenplay, casting. That it's obviously our favorite. And Secret Agent, none of these others even made the long list for best film. So Sentimental Value is going to win. I think it's going to win the Oscar too. I think. A lot of people want to say that Secret Agent's going to be an underdog and sneak up and win, like it did at the Globes. But Sentimental Value has the most nominations at the Oscars, including editing. Like, it got everything it could have there. It just makes the most sense to win here and at the Oscars. So Sentimental Value will win best film not in the English language. Documentary, the nominees are 2,000 Meters to Andrivka, Apocalypse in the Tropics, Cover Up, Mr. Nobody Against Putin, and The Perfect Neighbor. I think this is another easy one. It's going to be The Perfect Neighbor. That's been the sweeper this whole season, and it's going to win the Oscar. So, no brainer there. We can move on. Animated film. This one's a little tough. The nominees are Elio, Little Amelie, or The Character of Rain, and Zootopia 2. This one's so difficult because the obvious frontrunner, K-pop Demon Hunters, was not even eligible here, so it couldn't have gotten longlisted or nominated. So obviously that can't win, so they're just gonna have to go with whatever's number 2. And Zootopia 2 is like number 2 with critics, I'm sure. I think K-pop has like 40-something wins so far this season, and Zootopia 2 is number 2 with 7. Like, it's a very one-sided sweep. However, the first Zootopia 2, this one's the only other one nominated for the children's category. However, the first Zootopia did not win this category. They gave it to Kubo and the Two Strings. So I think it kind of feels weird for them to give it to Zootopia 2, and then when they didn't even give it to the first one. So I think that's where Little Amelie comes in. Little Amelie, it's well liked from the people who've seen it, but the issue is not enough people have seen it. That's the issue. The visibility for that just seems very low, lower than Flow even, and that didn't win here. They gave it to Wallace and Gromit Home Turf. So yeah, I'm just gonna default to Zootopia 2. I don't want to predict Little Amelie, and then it goes to Zootopia 2, and I'm gonna be like, oh my god, why did I switch? I'm just gonna go with Zootopia 2 and hope I'm right. Imagine if Elliot wins, that'd be interesting. But yeah, this category is so tough because the obvious choice, like if K-pop Demon Hunters was here, it'd obviously be winning, but because it wasn't eligible, it's not here. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with Zootopia 2 and hope I'm right. Director, the nominees are Yorgos Lanthimos, Begonia, Chloe Zhao, Hamnet, Josh Safdie, Marty Supreme, Paul Thomas Anderson, One Battle After Another, Joachim Trier, Sentimental Value, and Ryan Coogler, Sinners. No brainer here, guys. It's Paul Thomas Anderson. This is no brainer. He's gonna win even if the movie didn't win picture here. Like it's just that obvious. He's sweeping the whole season. He's gonna win the Oscar. Who's even the runner-up? Is it Chloe Zhao? They're not gonna do Coogler. Not here. I get like not even a runner-up. It's obviously gonna be him. Like even if Hamnet won Best Film and maybe even adapted or something, like it would obviously just be One Battle for Director. So it's obviously Paul Thomas Anderson. Original screenplay is next. This one's kind of interesting. The nominees are I Swear, Marty Supreme, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. I think Sinners is absolutely winning the Oscar. But this kind of feels like a Get Out or an Everything Everywhere, where it wins Critics' Choice and WGA, but then BAFTAs go elsewhere. They went with Three Billboards and Banshees, which were both British movies from British Martin McDonagh. But it kind of makes me think, and like they like to go with dialogue-heavy movies, so it kind of makes me think, could they do Sentimental Value? That is a European film. So if they don't want to go with Sinners, they can go with that. I'm curious how they're going to respond to Sinners. Are they going to love it or are they going to hate it? They liked it with the nominations. It got 13 nominations. Not as much as the Oscars. The Oscars nominated it for 16, but they liked Sinners. I just feel like Sentimental Value, they're going to do the split. And if it's not Sentimental Value, it could be Marty Supreme. Who knows? Sentimental Value fits the bill with what they like to go with, though. It's very dialogue-heavy. They gave Anatomy of a Fall the award, so they do like to go with these more European movies. I think Sinners is absolutely going to win the Oscar, no matter what wins here. Like, I don't think Sentimental Value is going to win here, and then we're going to have to be like, oh my god, is that winning the Oscar? The only way I'd do that is if Sinners lost WGA, which it's going to use that. So yeah, I think Sentimental Value is going to win screenplay here, but I think the Oscars will be different. Adapted screenplay, the nominees are The Ballad of Wallace Island, Begonia, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Pelion. I think this one, it's interesting. Usually, a lot of the time, best film winners don't usually win adapted. Like Oppenheimer won Best Film, but then American Fiction won. Nomadland won, but then The Father won screenplay. So they don't always go hand in hand, but One Battle's been such an unstoppable force in screenplay. So and Hamnet's a very quiet movie, so it'd be weird for One Battle to win Best Film and not screenplay. It even won screenplay at the Globes over stuff like It Was or Sentimental Value I think would have made sense for them. And I had predicted Accident, but that didn't happen. Yeah, they just love. And One Battle is a very righty movie. It makes a lot of sense to win screenplay. It's been the dominant film and screenplay. So I think it's gonna win. Hamnet, could that win? Maybe, but either way, I wouldn't care. One Battle's winning the Oscar, but I'm gonna say it wins here. I think Hamnet's runner-up. If they want to differ from Best Film, the thing is, if Hamnet won screenplay, I'd be worried that that's winning Best Film. Like I'd be like, oh my god, is Hamnet about to win? And One Battle's only going to win director. Like, is that actually happening? But I digress. I think One Battle is the safe pick, so I'm just going to go with it. Although I guess Hamnet could win. Next, the acting. Yeah, leading actress. We're not going to spend too much time on that one, obviously. The nominees are Jessie Buckley, Hamnet, Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, Kate Hudson, Song Sung Blue, Chase Infinity, One Battle After Another, Renate Ryansfa, Sentimental Value, and Emma Stone, Begonia. It's Jessie Buckley. I mean, this is the easiest category of all of them, right? There's no way it's not going to be Jessie Buckley. Like, BAFTA is like the most obvious like precursor for her to win ever. I mean, like, no one else is winning. It's gonna be her. She's gonna continue sweeping. She's gonna win the SAG award next week, and then she's gonna win the Oscar in a few weeks. It's just that easy. Like, no one's even gonna come close. Like, who's the runner-up even? Is it Renate Ryansfa? I don't think Roseburg will win here. It's Jessie Buckley. I mean, this is the easiest category, in my opinion. It'll be her. Yeah, there isn't a runner, but it's Jessie Buckley. Moving on. Best Actor, the nominees are Robert Aramayo, I Swear, Timothée Chalamet, Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio, One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke, Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan, Sinners, and Jesse Plemons, Begonia. I watched Blue Moon during the week. Very good. Ethan Hawke's amazing. He's not gonna win though. It'll be Timothée Chalamet. I think he's gonna continue to sweep. I see some people like saying like could Leo somehow come up. I don't think he's going to. There just doesn't really seem to be a drive to give him this win. Like Timothée Chalamet, ever since Marty Supreme's come out, he's been the sweeper. He swept. He won the Golden Globe for comedy, even though they didn't nominate Marty Supreme as much as One Battle. And obviously he won Critics' Choice, so he's gonna sweep. I think he's winning SAG too. A lot of people are also not sure about that, but I think he'll win there. I might do SAG winner predictions next week. We'll see about that. But I think Timothée Chalamet will win the BAFTA award and continue to sweep. Both leading acting categories this year are super obvious, in my opinion. Usually it's the supporting categories that are very easy, but this year it's the lead acting categories. Well, I think supporting actress is pretty straightforward. But I guess it's not 100% locked in. But yeah, I think Timothée Chalamet will win leading actor. Next supporting actress, yes. The nominees are Odessa Zion, Marty Supreme, Inga Ibsdottir Lilas, Sentimental Value, William Masaku, Sinners, Carey Mulligan, The Ballad of Wallace Island, Tiana Taylor, One Battle After Another, and Emily Watson, Hamnet. We got a three. This one's the hardest of the acting categories here because I think 3 people have a shot. Who should we talk about first? We'll talk about Tiana Taylor. Yeah, let's talk about Tiana Taylor. They're gonna like One Battle After Another. She's a part of One Battle After Another. She won the Golden Globe. I think she's the obvious choice. Like if they just want to be very predictable, they'll go with her, I think. However, if they don't want to be predictable and they want to do chaos, they can look elsewhere. Look at Wunmi Mosaku. She's British. I think she's a previous BAFTA nominee. I think she won for TV. The only thing is I'm just not sure how much. I don't really think they'll not give Sinners too much love above the line. Although Mosaku's British, so if they want to go with a British actress, they could go with her. But we'll see about that. And then we have Inga Ibsdottir Lilas, so I'm seeing quite a few people thinking that she could win here. Because they don't think it's gonna be Mosaku or Taylor for certain reasons. But they think it could be Inga because like it's a European movie. However, they don't have usually in the acting categories, they either go with what's expected of them or they go with someone who's either British or who's a part of a British movie. Like Kerry Condon's not British, he's Irish, but Banshees was a British film, so she won. Same thing with Barry Keoghan. He's Irish, not British, but Banshees was a British movie. Yeah, Mosaku, who's British, but you have Inga, who's not British. She's Norwegian, I think. Norwegian. And Sentimental Value is a Norwegian movie. It's not a British film. So I'm not sure if she's actually going to win here. Should I have her at number 2? I think I might have her at number 2, although Mosaku's British. I'm going to go with Tiana Taylor. I think she's the obvious choice, and I could see it being just as easy as her winning both here and at SAG. Or maybe she wins BAFTA, and then they go with like Amy Madigan for SAG. I think though, as long as Tiana Taylor wins either here or at SAG, she doesn't necessarily have to win both. If she does win both, it's obvious. But even if she just wins one of them, I think it'll be pretty much her Oscar to lose. I think she'll win the Oscar. The thing with Tiana Taylor is I think they're gonna like One Battle. She's part of a movie that's probably gonna win Best Film, so I think it makes sense for her to come along. I'm curious what One Battle's win haul is gonna be here, though. Like you saw at the Critics' Choice, it won Just Picture, Director, Screenplay. At the Globes, it won those three plus Tiana Taylor. Are the BAFTAs just gonna do Picture, Director, Screenplay? Are they gonna do Picture, Director? Are they gonna do Picture, Director, Supporting Actress? Are they gonna do the 4-1 at the Globes, Picture, Director, Screenplay, Supporting Actress? Are they going to give it like 8 wins? Is it going to win cinematography and editing and casting and maybe even supporting actor? I could see it One Battle coming. I'm winning 4 Oscars right now. I could easily see it winning 8 though. Like I could see it winning all those. But yeah, I'm gonna say Tiana Taylor wins here. Although I wouldn't be surprised if Inga or Musaku managed to win. So yeah. Supporting actor, the nominees are Benicio del Toro, One Battle After Another, Jacob Elordi, Frankenstein, Paul Mescal, Hamnet, Peter Mullen, I Swear, Sean Penn, One Battle After Another, and Stellan Skarsgård, Sentimental Value. This one, I could see this one going in a few directions. I think Stellan Skarsgård makes the most sense, so I'm just going to go with him. I hope he wins, because if he doesn't, when he's out of the winning race because he's not nominated for SAG, so he obviously can't win there. So this is his only shot to actually win a major, like, big prize. He won the Globe, but that's not an industry prize. So yeah, if he loses, I hope he wins because I want him to win. But also, like, if he loses, he's out of the race for the Oscar, in my opinion. If he wins here, though, a lot of people are saying if he wins here, it just guarantees him the Oscar. I think it depends on who wins SAG. If it's a Lordy or something, if it's Jacob Elordi, I'd probably say it's Stellan. But if it's like if it's Benicio del Toro or Sean Penn, who are part of the Best Picture frontrunner, one of them can easily win the Oscar. So I'm not gonna bet anything. Well, I don't bet anything on these awards anyway when it comes to like money or stuff. But I don't think they're going to go with someone who's not nominated for the Oscar. I don't think Paul Mescal is winning here. Like, he's not even – like, he's so weak he can't even get the Oscar nomination. Although he's amazing in Hamnet. I don't think they're going to do Peter Mullen either. I may see Benicio del Toro coming back and winning. I have him at number 2, actually. I have Sean Penn at number 3, and I have Elordi at number 4. I could see Elordi maybe winning. Or I can maybe see them just doing Sean Penn and them just not caring. Sean Penn makes sense to win. His role is very baity. Like, he does a lot. Although he hasn't really had a chance to prove himself yet. I mean, Benicio del Toro was the critics' leader. Jacob Elordi won Critics' Choice. And then Stellan Skarsgård won the Globe. Penn, he's won some prizes with critics, but he hasn't won a big prize yet. If he wins here, though, if the winner's del Toro, Elordi, or Penn, I'm going to predict that they're going to repeat at SAG and the Oscar. Although it's not guaranteed to happen. They could easily split. But I just predict that just for the fun of it. But yeah, I'm going to say Stellan Skarsgård. He makes the most sense. It's a European film. They love the movie. So, yeah. And there isn't like a Tiana Taylor in the lineup where it's like very obvious. Like, it's very obvious. Like, Jacob Elordi and Benicio and Sean Penn are not as strong as Tiana Taylor is, I don't think. So yeah, I'm going to say Stellan Skarsgård. He's also a bigger name than Inga is in supporting actress. So he has like a big career narrative. So I think it just makes sense for him to win here. We'll see if they do chaos and go with someone else. Yeah, hopefully it's Stellan. Hopefully. If it's not him, I'd maybe like Sean Penn. I think he's very good in the battle. But Stellan's my favorite. And if he loses here, he's cooked. So hopefully he wins here, so he'll stay at least in the winning conversation. It doesn't necessarily guarantee him the Oscar, but it'll keep him in the race. So, yeah. Next is casting. This one's interesting. The nominees are I Swear, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. I need to drink water. Now it's getting a little... All right. So casting, on the surface, it may seem like there's not a clear pattern with this category. Like, they go with a lot of random stuff. Joker, rocks, What do you mean? West Side Story, Elvis, Holdovers, Anora. That's the history with this category. All of them except for Rocks, though, won an acting prize. Like Joker won Best Actor, Elvis won Best Actor here, West Side Story won Supporting Actress, Holdovers won Supporting Actress, and Nora won Best Actress. We didn't even know if Mikey Madison was going to win, but it happened. So that's why I don't think Sinners is winning here. I mean, unless Wumi Masako won, they could easily default to that. But the trend is to go with an acting winner. That's why I also don't think Ice Sawyer is going to win. One battle, if they just want to default to that, I guess they could. But yeah, you said it. I actually have Marty Supreme winning. I think this feels the most akin to like a Joker or an Elvis or an Anora. So that's why I have it winning. It doesn't have to win. They could easily just default to Sinners or One Battle, and it wouldn't surprise me one bit. But I'm gonna go with Marty Supreme. It feels like something to do. I think what I predict to win the casting Oscar. What I predict to win the casting Oscar is gonna depend on, I think, SAG Ensemble, which I don't know if that's technically a precursor, but I think a lot of people are just gonna look at what wins SAG Ensemble and be like, that's winning the casting Oscar. If they go with One Battle, it's gonna win. If they go with Sinners, that's gonna win. Sinners has one of the most casting prizes this year, but the BAFTAs aren't gonna do it, I don't think. The Oscars may still do it, but we'll see. I think Marty Supreme will win the BAFTA though for casting. We can move on to cinematography. Yes, we can. This one, cinematography is interesting. The nominees are Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Train Dreams. This one's very tough. This is a race if I've ever seen one. We'll do process of elimination. We're disqualifying Marty Supreme. That's not winning at all. I don't think Frankenstein will win, although I think it could. Maybe randomly win. If they all of a sudden want to decide they want to give Dan Lawson the award, then they can. But I'm going to say no. I'm also going to say no to Train Dreams because that's not nominated anywhere else here. Didn't even get an adapted nomination. So I'm going to say no. If it wins here, though, that's pretty huge for it. And I'd say it's winning the Oscar. Honestly, whatever wins here, I think is going to win the Oscar. A lot of people are saying even if Sinners loses here, it's going to win as long as it wins ASC. But I just feel like lone ASC is not going to be enough. Like, it needs some other prize. So if it wins here, I think that's good for it. And it'll probably win the Oscar. Lone BAFTA, I'm not sure if lone BAFTA is necessarily good. Usually you want two of the big three. BSC, British Society of Cinematographers, BAFTA, and American Society of Cinematographers, ASC, are the big three. So I think usually you want to get two of those. And One Battle, one BSC. So we'll see if the BAFTAs do the same. Sometimes BAFTA goes with one wins the BSC, and sometimes they do their own thing. So they could either follow and say One Battle, or they could break away and say Sinners or Train Dreams or Frankenstein or something. I'm gonna say One Battle though. I have Sinners winning the Oscar right now. That's because we don't have a winner yet. If One Battle wins here, I'm switching to that for the Oscar. I'm gonna say Michael Bauman is gonna win. Michael Bauman is gonna win the Oscar. Although Sinners, I think, should win. I mean, Autumn Durrell Orkapow, I think that's her name, she'd be the first woman to ever win the cinematography category at the Oscars, and she was the first woman of color to be nominated. And it's an amazing looking movie, and it's such showy cinematography. So for that to win no precursors is very weird for that. It's very weird. But it may happen. We'll see. I don't think Train is going to win here, though. I'm going to say Sinners number 2. I'm going to say One Battle is number 1. But it could easily go many different directions. One surprise one bit. Next is costume design. The nominees are Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Sinners, Wicked for Good. So we go from a very tough category to a very easy one. It's Frankenstein. No brainer. Don't have to say anything else. It's winning. Moving on. Editing. Oh, another interesting one. The nominees are F1, A House of Dynamite, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. They love their racing movies. Yeah, I'll say I think F1's winning here. They gave Rush the award. They gave Ford v Ferrari the award. They gave No Time to Die the award, which has cars. It's not a racing movie, but it has cars. Although maybe One Battle is Everything Everywhere, and it wins this as being part of the Best Picture front as being in the Best Picture front. So maybe One Battle just wins here. But F1's a racing movie. It's exactly what they go for here. Top Gun was not a racing movie. It was an airplane movie. They love their race cars, though. So I think they're doing F1, and whatever wins here is going to win the Oscar, because if F1 wins here, it's going to do a sweep because it won Critics' Choice, and it's going to win the AC Eddie Award for drama. One Battle's going to win the AC Eddie Award for comedy, probably. Oh, yeah, Baby Driver won. Thank you. Baby Driver won. Over Dunkirk, which is from British director Christopher Nolan. Well, Baby Driver is also British director Edgar Wright, so there's that. Yeah, Baby Driver also won here. They love their car movies. They love their cars. So F1, I think, will win. One Battle has cars too, actually, but it's not a racing movie. F1 is. Yeah, I think F1's going to win here and that. I won the Oscar right now, too. So, yeah, there's that. Next, we have Makeup and Hair. The nominees are Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Sinners, Wicked for Good. Another easy one that we don't have to spend too much time on. It's Frankenstein. It's easy. No other movie is winning. No other movie had Jacob Elordi in the makeup chair for 10 hours. Although one has a Tin Man in it. Although it wasn't nominated at the Oscars. So there's that. It's Sinners. It's Frankenstein. Sinners has vampires. But Frankenstein has Jacob Elordi in a makeup chair for 10 hours, transforming into Frankenstein's monster. So it's easy. We can move on. Best Original Score, the nominees are Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. Another Oscar 5 here. And another easy category. I think Sinners is just sweeping. Sinners has been the sweeper score. I don't think they're going to... Johnny Greenwood is British, and they're going to like One Battle. However, Sinners has just been sweeping everywhere for score. Like, it hasn't lost a single thing. Won Critics' Choice, won the Globe, won Society of Composers and Lyricists, won all the critics prizes. I think it's has 40-something wins in score. So it's gonna win here, and it's gonna win the Oscar. It's easy. We can move on. Production design. The nominees are Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. Another Oscar 5 in another easy category. It's Frankenstein. Frankenstein has the 3 categories locked up: costumes, makeup, and production design. It's going to win all those. It's not losing a single one. We'll see if it wins more. We'll see if it wins cinematography. We'll see if Elordi wins or something. But I think it's going to win those 3 easily. What's next? Visual effects is next. We have the nominees are Avatar, Fire and Ash, F1, Frankenstein, How to Train Your Dragon, and The Lost Bus. Avatar is winning. I guess if there's a runner-up, it could be F1 or Frankenstein. Poor Things won here, but the Oscar winner wasn't even nominated there with Godzilla -1. So there's that. F1 would maybe be similar to 1917 winning, where the visual effects are a little more subtle. You don't notice them right away, although they are there. But the Avatar franchise is the dictionary definition of visual effects. A lot of people are like, oh, the work's not as groundbreaking this time. It looks the same as The Way of Water. It was a 3-year time difference. I'm not really sure how many people, how much did you expect the visual effects to improve? It made sense that they improved heavily from the first movie to Way of Water, because that was a 13-year time jump. But we only have 3 years between Way of Water and Fire and Ash, so they're obviously going to look quite similar to one another. Yeah, Avatar's going to win, though. I feel like it's easy. Moving on. Sound. The nominees are F1, Frankenstein, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Warfare. And the same thing is that, despite them loving racing movies for editing, they don't always go for them in sound. Ford Ferrari didn't win sound. I don't think Baby Driver won sound. However, the alternatives here are not as compelling. So I think that's why I think F1's going to win sound. I think F1's pretty easily locked for that category at the Oscars, too. But what's the runner-up? Is One Battle? Is it Warfare? Could they really do that? I'm not going to bet on them doing anything that's not nominated for an Oscar. So I think it'll be F1, I think. I just don't really see what the obvious runner-up is. So yeah, I think F1 will win pretty easily. What's next? British short animation, British short film. Yeah, we can do the Rising Star Award. The nominees are Robert R. Mayo, Miles Caton, Chase Infinity, Archie Madekwe, and Posey Sterling. So yeah, we can predict this category. The recent trend is that they love to go with a British person. So that means they're not doing Miles Caton, they're not doing Chase Infinity. It'll be either Aramayo, Madekwe, or Sterling. I'm gonna go with the one who's nominated for a major acting award, Robert Aramayo. He's nominated for Best Actor. I could maybe see them going with them doing Posey Sterling if they want to go if they want to go with an unexpected person, they go with her, I guess. Archie Madekwe, I guess, could maybe do it. It'll be one of the Brits. I think I'm just gonna go with the one who's nominated for a major acting award here. So yeah, Robert Aramayo. I'm gonna say he wins the EU Rising Star Award. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for the BAFTA winner predictions. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned tomorrow evening for my winners discussion, and all day I'm gonna be looking at the winners. But I'm gonna, instead of doing a reaction, because I'm not gonna watch the ceremony, I'm just gonna probably look at the winners online. So instead of doing that, I'm gonna do a discussion live stream that evening and go over what I thought of the winners and how they impact the Oscars, because there are a lot of categories that are very up in the air and that the BAFTAs may clear up or they may make more complicated. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.